You're watching News at Prime. We begin here. EFF leader Julius Malema has again defended the Kill the Boer song, saying after US President Donald Trump played videos of him chanting it, he told hundreds of supporters in KwaKwatsi copies in the Free State today that recent engagements in the Oval Office highlights the EFF remains a major political force. Here's Newsroom Africa's Junior Kumalo with more.
I repeat, kill the poor, the farmer, kill the poor, the farmer.
A defiant EFF leader, Julius Malema, ended his campaign for Ward 16 by-election in KwaKwatsi copies in the Free State by chanting the Kill the Boer struggle song. This is despite it being used as apparent proof of unsubstantiated claims of white genocide in South Africa by US President Donald Trump. Malema challenged Trump to call him to the White House so that he can clarify his choice to continue singing the song.
If they are not scared of me, call me into that meeting. That nonsense that Trump did in America, he will never do that nonsense in my presence, because I will confront him here and there with the facts.
Malema hit out at President Cyril Ramaphosa's failure to defend him when Trump asked why the EFF leader hadn't been arrested for his utterances.
Donald Trump says to him, "Hey Ramaphosa, why are you not arresting this Julius Malema? Why is this Julius Malema not in jail?" He can't respond with a simple fact that this song, Kill the Boer, Kill the Farmer, was approved by the Constitutional Court. We are a constitutional democracy.
Malema adds he's worried about his safety after Trump's comments, with his security detail visibly larger than usual on Sunday.
But I'm not going to be reckless. When he says to Ramaphosa, "Why is this man not in jail? Why are you not arresting this man?" He simply means, why are you not killing this man? Because this man wants to kill white people. That's what he believes.
Malema has slammed what he describes as preferential treatment for South African-born businessman Elon Musk, who is Trump's ally.
A tender is given in White House without advertisement, where Rupert stands up and says, "Why is Elon Musk, Starlink, not given an opportunity in South Africa?" Elon Musk's business cannot come to South Africa if it's not compliant with 30% BEE.
The EFF leader told supporters to come out in their numbers for Wednesday's by-elections. He reminded them that despite his party's decline in electoral support, it continues to fight for the black majority. For Newsroom Africa on Channel 405, I'm Junior Kumalo in the Free State.
Mr. President, I don't know wittingly or unwittingly, when you were answering the question about our relationship with the USA, not once have you mentioned DERCO or Minister of International Relations. And this is as a result of you having met Elon Musk during the UN General Assembly and knowing very well the views of Elon Musk about South Africa, racist, white supremacist views about South Africa, which led to you meeting him because you thought you were going to clarify those issues. Unrepentant racist became emboldened and then made more bad remarks about South Africa even after meeting you physically. You still saw a need to go outside the diplomatic channels and made a contact with an individual, not using diplomatic relations or mechanism within which we resolve diplomatic disputes as South Africa. Don't you think you individually have emboldened white people to undermine us, and you have single-handedly destroyed the diplomatic relations of South Africa with other countries, and you have destroyed and juniorized the Department of International Relations. Mr. President, And le swantse le tsebe gore nto ya o bolela le ditsotsi tja o tshwana le bo Elon Musk go re taletša ka bana ba makgowa. And worse, Elon Musk, you organized a meeting with him or that telephone conversation through his immoral father, politically, economically, and otherwise. A man who has engaged in business in South Africa through illegal means, even when he has admitted to do so. Those are the type of characters you can't speak to. Imagine, Mr. President, had they said Donald Trump called the Guptas during that time. What were you going to say? You are going to say that Guptas are an independent state actor. You are not going to say that. You are going to feel undermined. And that's exactly what you have done. What are you saying about established practices of resolving issues in a diplomatic way and diplomatic channels in South Africa? Do you have a full confidence in the Minister of DERCO and the department itself? You speak about an ambassador in Washington or New York. That ambassador belongs to the Department of International Relations. Instead of talking about international relations, leadership, and the department, you talk about ambassador. But when you talk about DRC, you talk about Minister of Defense is doing 1, 2, 3. You don't say ambassador in DRC is doing 1, 2, 3. Thank you very much.
And it only took Donald Trump to remind all of you that this is not a small organization. It was Donald Trump who said to Cyril Ramaphosa, you can't say this is a small organization because it is the only organization in South Africa that filled up FNB Stadium. And he said he never saw an empty seat. There were 100,000 people and more at the FNB Stadium. Why would you say yourself, as a fighter and a ground force, that your organization is a dying organization when the White House says this is the biggest organization in Africa and in South Africa? Comrades, they went to White House to complain about you, that you want your land, that you want jobs, that you want the banks and the mines to be returned into the hands of rightful owners. Batsama bo Cyril ba officing ya principala o kare ke matitjhere a tshwere bana ba banyane a re ko bona people are dying in South Africa. Ramaphosa could not defend South Africa. The whole president of South Africa ia ko America and say in America there is a crime in South Africa. Yes, we know that, but why do you say it in America? Because if you say it in America, they will no longer come to South Africa as tourists. Ramaphosa has killed the tourism of South Africa when he declared crime at the White House. Comrades, it doesn't matter who we are. When we go outside South Africa, especially in front of imperialism, we must close ranks. That Rupert goes and speak bad about his TA in White House in an attempt to impress his masters. We don't like John, we don't like TA, but don't speak bad about them to Trump. Come and speak bad about them here to us in our own country. When we are outside the country, we must close ranks.